everyone. It's good to have you with us for this edition of It's Your Call. I'm Lynn Doyle with a special treat for anyone who loves a good read. One of our favorite authors is back with us. Philly's own Lisa Scottolines, best-selling author of some 17 books and Philadelphia Inquirer columnist, is back with us to talk about her latest book. It's called Think Twice. It's a thriller about identical twins and just how well we think we know others and ourselves. Hey, girl, it's good to have you back with us.
I'm so thrilled to be here.
And you brought guests.
I know. My lawyers are here with me. This is little Tony, who thinks he's little Tony Soprano.
Oh my
and this
gosh.
is Peach. You can see they're highly energetic dogs. Right?
I can see that. Are they going everywhere
You're
with
so
you
sweet
these
to let me
days?
bring them because I didn't want to leave them in the car, and you guys are the best.
Okay, so this is their television debut?
And yes, and you have such a good heart, really, to let them be on TV. But they'll be good, I promise.
Well, they look it. They look like they're really going to cause a lot of trouble.
Like
are you always in the companionship of your pups?
I know. Isn't this sad? This is my entire personal life right here. And one's a girl.
Have you always had this affection for puppies?
Well, I just love them. I mean, I have 5 dogs. These are the 2 that I cart around and bring to signings and stuff. And I think it's a great advantage to working at home. I mean, you may have a stinky social life in that you're excited when the UPS guy's here. And when he wears his shorts, it's like, yes. But otherwise, the other advantage is that, and also you can dress crappy, but you most of the time, I'm sitting in a chair with a laptop and 2 dogs, just like this, and they're very used to it. And I think it calms me.
Well, it's certainly a conversation starter. When you take them out to the book signings, people always want to come up and see the dogs.
That's
and of
right.
course, I'm sure they want to talk to Lisa as well.
I'm like, and how about a book, lady? But it works.
Okay, and they're going to be going to a book signing. I have to tell you, I've read all of your books. This one, Think Twice, I'm telling you, right from the get-go, I could not put it down. Now, I have to read as research for the show a lot. This one, I took great pleasure in reading, and I absolutely did not put it down. I started it, and the next time it went on the counter was when I was done. That's how intrigued I was by it.
Thank you for that. That is my goal in life. I mean, that's the point.
Okay, so the premise of this is that there are identical twins.
Right. And
a good twin and the bad twin.
A good twin and a bad twin. And, it grew out of my own experience, not that I have an evil twin, but I did find out I have a half-sister I didn't know about.
Really?
Yes. And so even though the plot sounds hokey, I live the plot. So, and she's not evil, she's wonderful. But for me, my whole life, it's been for the past 15 years getting to know her and sort of trying to live what's the difference between nature and nurture and how much is blood and how much is inborn. And that issue of what makes you and what is the stuff of your identity is something I sort of deal with a lot.
So you were inspired by your own personal events, but certainly a lot of research had to go into the whole concept of twins. And I'm fascinated by twins because, as you know, I'm a grandmother of twin boys now.
Well, I can't believe you're a grandmother, so that's ridiculous.
But I'm telling you, they are so totally different. Now, they're not identical. No, they're fraternal. But they have 2 very, very distinct personalities. But the whole concept of being a twin and having a twin just totally fascinates me.
See, me too. And it's interesting because I've done research because I have 3 sets of twins I talk to. I always think of them as small, medium, and large because there's one set loves each other. They're each other's best friend. The other sort of in the middle, and the others, the third, not so much, And you sort of try to understand, because I see with me and my half-sister, like, we talk alike. I have this Philly accent, so does she, but she's from Boston. I mean, it's sort of and she feels like me. It's strange. And sometimes I think it's just because women are you're very girlfriendy. I feel girlfriendy a lot. But twins really pose that issue right in relief.
With your sister, did you feel an instant connection, like she was a part of you, or did you find that it took some time to get to know her like a girlfriend would be?
Well, the truth is, the sad thing is I know girlfriends instantly. Like, if I'm in the ladies' room, I walk out with 4 friends, and usually another puppy. So, I mean, but for her, I felt the connect, like I looked at her eyes, and actually her eyes are kind of like big and blue like yours, and my dad had eyes like that. And I felt, I'm looking in my dad's eyes. But also there was that, as you point out, there was a disconnect, which is, this is blood, but I don't know her.
Right.
Like, she's family who's a stranger, and that's so weird. And all of that goes into these books about these twins.
Let's talk about the characters in the book. There's a Benny.
Stop. Okay,
and
she's afraid of the camera.
There's an Alice. And they did not know each other. They did not grow up. together, which is where you come into the whole, are we who we are because of how we were raised or how we were born?
Exactly. And sort of the way this book starts, because I wanted to start it with a bang. Stop. She's the evil twin. Now they're both evil twins. Is that the evil twin sits down at dinner with the good twin. By the end of the meal, the evil twin now has drugged the good twin and buried her underground with the dogs.
See, I love it. It's like
fantastic. What can I tell you?
It's so funny. It's like we have sound effects to go with the evil twin.
Da, 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 da.
We have a wonderful sound man. It's not really the dog.
I know, and he's hot
it's
too.
Okay,
So
puppy.
Go. So basically, by the end of this chapter, the good twin is buried underground, and I sort of thought, because I write without an outline, gee, what this will be is sort of good versus evil, but actually, it's really not that. What's really happening at Think Twice is it's good versus evil in the same person. By the end of this book, they've switched positions, and I don't want to reveal the surprise ending, but the good twin has found out how evil she really is.
Well, you know, when I read the book jacket, and it said, it gives that plot portion away about being buried underground, and I was reading it with quite trepidation, I have to admit, because that was just like a great fear, and I know your books have that thriller aspect to it, but this actually instigated some fear in me when I was reading it.
Goody.
It was so real that I didn't enjoy it.
I feel bad about that, but I mean, the funny thing is, that's why I picked it, because it's actually my greatest fear. That buried alive, whenever there's stories about buried alive, and the weird thing is, so basically imagine this, I have to research this, because I do everything the girls do in these books. Because I'm always writing about real women and I have to convey what it's really like to be buried alive. So don't you know, I'm like rolling around in this cornfield in the dark. It was scary.
Yeah.
And I know there were wolves in the wood. There's a wolf in the book. And I can deal with dogs like this.
Yeah.
I can't deal with like fangs and the whole thing just freaking me out.
I'm not going to give anything away, but I will tell you, it will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Oh, good. Well,
if you like that kind of thing, you've come to the right place. The girlfriend has it down. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so guys, here's your chance to tell us whether or not you are a fan of Lisa and what your favorite book of hers is. If you have any questions about the characters of books, either from the past or this current one called Think Twice, or maybe you've had a weird experience yourself with twins, we invite you to be part of our discussion here. I want to know what you think. So here's how you do it. I invite you to email us. You can write questions, opinions, your own book review, whatever you want to do. Log on to csnphilly.com, put in It's Your Call or IYC under the search title. That'll take you to my webpage where you can leave me a comment. Or if you'd like to get to us a little faster, you can email me directly at tcn_IYC@comcastnetwork.com. And of course, you can always find us on Facebook, MySpace, or YouTube. And this interview will be on YouTube, and I know you and I talk back and forth sometimes on Facebook.
Right.
Do you use that social media to promote the book or to get ideas?
Not to get ideas.
I get ideas for shows. I have to say, sometimes when the conversations are going back and forth, I'm like, wow, what a great topic.
Well, in a way, I use it sort of similar because I get research ideas. Like this book, what are women thinking about? What are people thinking about? What's the newest thing? Kind of same idea. But the ideas have to come from really the heart. For me, to sustain a novel, it has to be really from within. But I Facebook and tweet and I do all that stuff. I'm trying to get a date, Lynn. I mean, come on.
All right. Help a girlfriend out here. We need to get Lisa a date. You can help my It's Your Call friends.
I'm so glad I'm a subscriber.
Write us. We'll make sure we'll put you in touch. And that leads me to something else that you always use a sense of humor in at least one of the characters in your book. And I won't say which one in this one, but I'll challenge the readers to get it and see if they can pick which one has a little bit of the real Lisa Scottolines in there.
That's a great idea. I know, because there's clearly one that has like me written all over her. But and that whole subplot in this book is really there's comic relief, because I always sort of want to do always something about family, because not everybody's going to be, knock wood, hidden in a box somewhere. And what happens is the evil twin comes and takes her identity and tries to steal her money and sleeps with her boyfriend. Girl.
Always got to have a little bit of that in there. A little of that going on.
But the subplot is there's humor, because for me, my whole life is dark and light. The thrillers can be intense and riveting, and then at home I'm hanging with the dogs and I can write humor columns.